Alright, we're here with Jeffrey Nothing from Mushroomhead, and we're talking to him about his new album, the new Psychodalia. Is that how it says?
Yeah.
Alright.
How you doing?
Thanks for taking the time to speak with us for a little about you. What part of the country are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Originally, I lived in New Orleans for like a year in '83 and went back home. I was in a band down there that kind of fell apart, so wasn't really anything else keeping me there.
Right on. So, how long have you been doing this?
Mushroomhead's 18 years old. I did a band before that called Hatrix for 6 years, and a band before that called Purgatory for 5 years. So little while, 30 years just about.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I really want to get the Nothing thing out there and see how it goes. I like Mushroomhead a lot, but I really want to see what happens with that project too.
Right. So, was it hard for you to get into the industry? Was it difficult for you to break into the music scene at all?
No, I mean, there's a lot of overnight sensations that take like 10, 12 years to become an overnight sensation. So, the very first band I was in was like a top 40 cover type of thing, and then I went to watch a rehearsal for another band, and they were trying out a different singer, and he had a microphone, and I was just screaming, and they took me. I wasn't even there to try out. Yeah, it takes a lot of work and mostly time. I mean, just hurry up and wait constantly.
Right. So, what made you get into this industry?
I was 6 years old in the mirror in the basement with a hairbrush for a microphone. I tried to play guitar and bass and drums, but I don't know if that high hand coordination's off or just not meant to be. But I just always sang everything on the radio, other than country. But
Just always did it, right?
yeah.
So, what brings you guys out on tour this year? Are you promoting something, or?
We're still doing the cycle of the Beautiful Stories record. This will probably be one of the last runs for it, and then we'll start writing again. It's just, if you don't go out and play, you don't survive so much because record sales aren't really what they used to be unless you're a select few. So it's kind of necessity.
The digital music craze is putting a damper on record sales, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's crossover between the physical unit and the digital unit, and it'll probably be a few more years before it's all profitable for everyone.
Right on. So, where else have you performed this year? Anywhere spectacular?
What was that?
Anywhere spectacular you've performed this year that you enjoyed a lot?
Spectacular. I always like playing Cali a lot. It's just one of my favorites. Of the two, New York and LA, I like it better just because it's more spread out and warmer. But I don't know. There's fun shows pretty much every tour. But
right.
I don't know if anything quite great spectacular. I mean, Halloween this year was really good. It's probably my favorite one in a few years.
Halloween's always fun. So, where are you guys going after this?
We go to Colorado Springs at the Black Sheep, and then we have a day off, and then we go to Des Moines.
Nice. The Black Sheep's good then.
Yeah. Plus my cousin lives there.
So, is there anything new and exciting coming up?
Touring Australia in February with Nothing with FPE. My aunt, uncle, and cousins lived there when I was little, and I always thought it was really cool looking place, like Sydney with the Opera House and everything, so I've always wanted to go.
Sweet.
And then more acting down the road, probably.
Cool. So acting was in like horror movies?
Yeah. I mean, my agent producer thinks I can be an icon in the horror world, and if that's true, that's great. But I'd probably be down for drama or psychological thrillers or anything.
So is that something you really enjoyed, acting?
Yeah, I mean, my mom took me to plays when I was a kid, and it didn't really click so much then, but 18 years of Mushroomhead, you're basically acting as you sing in a way.
So let's talk a little bit about your new album, the new Psychedalia. What is the inspiration behind this?
I've said in a few interviews it's like a safe new hallucinogenic with no side effects that lets you view the ugly world in a beautiful new light. And I think it's the most departure I've ever had in any project as far as just writing about whatever and whatever song structure we want to use. There's one song alone that has 5 key changes, and that's something I've never. I mean, we're pretty much in one area with the Mushroomhead stuff as far as key, and we went all over the map with them.
Right, it sounds really diverse when you listen to the album. I was curious as to what's the inspiration behind the track Dark Seed, which is one of my favorites.
Ryan wrote that. He played all of it. It's really got peculiar, like the climax of the song. It leaves you kind of hanging like a cliffhanger movie. And it was originally had German speaking, and I just think that language sounds evil no matter what you're saying. But the Dark Seed is going to be if we get to like arena level, theater level, having that as an intro, and then when we do smaller club, we're going to use double. And the art, the cover of the album, the original art was called Dark Seed before I ever saw it. And I just went on my buddy Tony Kelly's website and saw it, and I was like, I want that for my cover. So everything just came to be, and he did all the art and the record, and Skinny put that picture together of the band, and I thought Ryan and him both have distinctive personalities, and I was just kind of normal looking, so he just blurred my face, so you couldn't really tell what was going on.
Oh, awesome. That's one of my favorite tracks. So, like I said, I hear a lot of different sounds and styles in your music. Like, who or what are your biggest influences?
I don't really have the normal ones. The first 45 I ever bought was the Beatles' Ticket to Ride, and then I really liked Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. And I was walking down the road when I was, I think, 15, and I found Grand Funk Survival on 8-track, and it played, and that record kind of changed my life. And then just the normal things like Priest Maiden, as far as the metal stuff. And I really like a band called Atmosphere.
I like
it's
those
like
guys too.
rap that's a little different, and then I like Bjork a lot. I don't know, I haven't really heard a lot of current things on the radio. When I do, I'm kind of reaching for the channel button pretty quick.
Disappointed.
Yeah. I don't know how they call it metal, but...
Yeah. So tell us a little more about your work. What might we be surprised to know about you?
I've tattooed for a little while. I'm more of a logo maker and a somewhat fine artist, but I had the opportunity to try tattooing. I did 50 tattoos, and I really like it. It's a completely different form of art, but the fact of the matter is if you do 2 in a day, it's like you drove to New York City and you're pushing a pedal and using your hands constantly for 6 to 8 hours. You need a nap, but
yeah, it's definitely a lot of work.
And then the acting, and I have another couple other projects I want to see what happens with besides the solo band. I have a band I want to put together called Doom Candy, and rip off all the Lifesavers logos, because Lifesavers was actually invented in Cleveland in 1913, and it's going to be like Storm Rock guitar with just electronic all the way up to industrial beats, no drum, and then me singing, and like sampled stuff and live stuff.
Awesome.
See what happens with that. And then I have a spin-off on the Addams Family I plan to put together eventually, and my guitarist and Nothing's going to play harpsichord.
That's awesome. So what motivates you?
I think that you should really pick a career where you have the chance to leave a mark in life, instead of just kind of like simply surviving, like the Mushroomhead song. I just want to be in books about music and have my albums enjoyed for years, and leave as much as I can behind, really. I mean, you're only here a short time, really.
So recently there's been some pretty tragic losses in the community. The 8th was the anniversary of Dimebag's death, and then right before that, Corey Smoot died. And I understand you guys are pretty close friends with Guar. You guys get along really well. And so is there anything you want to say about that? Or
I came to find out it was a heart attack. It's a terrible loss. He was a great musician. I don't really know how much personally. We used to play more back in the day. We haven't really done much lately. I think last time was like 3 years ago at Sounds the Underground, and it's really bizarre because we just played Austin, Texas, and there was a very large, possibly 3 of me gentlemen in the front row that non-stop flipping me off, calling me into the pit, like pushing other fans out of his way, trying to climb over the barrier, which I was really happy we had that night. But other guys in the band were like, "Need something?" And the bouncers went around behind him and dragged him out with him kicking pretty good. But it it's all terrible losses. Like John Lennon and Dime were the same day.
Yeah.
Those are amazing losses for what they brought to music.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're just great people. I wish everybody could be at peace and people could live and let live, but there's a lot of mental illness that a lot of people feel like they're not themselves if they're sedated in any way. They don't want to need something to be mellow. They want to be themselves, and sometimes that becomes a loose cannon. And that's ridiculous that Dime's mom bought him his gun for Christmas. He had been kicked out of the military for being off the hook, and it's just tragic, all of it.
Yeah, it kind of brings it home, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's really nuts is, like, I'm not sure how long after the Dimebag thing, but there was a corrosion of conformity show in Florida, and a couple was stabbed to death in the pit.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, with the Dimebag thing, I understand that if you're a security guard at a door and somebody's got a gun, are you really standing in front of them and blocking in?
Really
a knife can be snuck in easier, but I just thought at that point there should have been metal detectors and all that good stuff.
Yeah. It's not the place for that kind of shit.
No.
Take their violence elsewhere. So, let's go to a little lighter note. Do you guys have any children?
I have an 11-year-old daughter named Mia.
Nice.
Her smiles and laughs are the best thing in my life. I really never planned to have a child. Luckily, it wasn't left up to me. I would never give her back for anything.
Right.
She's everything to me. We sing together, laugh together. That's part of my life, really.
Must be hard being away from her.
Yeah, I mean, she lives an hour from me. It could be worse. She could be like Texas or California or something. But even that makes it so I can't just pick her up for like an hour. I have to drive an hour just to be around her. So that's hard. And on tour is a little weird, but it's the same thing if I had been like a offshore oil rig worker or a truck driver.
Right.
I'd be home when I was. It's harder when she's in school, but I have her as much as I can.
Right. You think maybe in the future bring her on tour with you or something?
Yeah, I mean, if it gets to where Nothing is doing really well and there's more room on the bus, we have 12 people between band and crew.
Oh, damn.
There's not really excessive
Right.
bunk area, and one guy even sleeps back here, so maybe one day I don't know.
Right. So does she like what you do for a living? Is she?
Yeah, she's kind of emulating me. She wants me to do a demo for her. She's 11. I kind of want to wait till she's 12, but
Right.
I want her to have childhood. But yeah, she sings pretty good. She loves Paramore. And, I don't know, a bunch of the girls she really likes Lexi from Straight Line Stitch. Yeah, she can sing. Her mom wants me to just demo some covers for her, but I'd rather just write her something.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah. She's actually on I'll Be Here with Skinny's Two Sons.
That's cool. What part?
She's like, he said she had the best pitch. His youngest son was doing all the crazy high stuff. People would have probably thought that was Mia. But,
Nice.
and then he also does the intro for Burn the Bridge.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite track on your new album?
I have two, really. Are you talking about
Nothing.
Nothing? Yeah, in that case too. I like Dear to Parla, and I love probably the most Wall-Worn with. It's just like all over the map in one song, and that ending to me is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah, those are really good songs.
Thank you.
So will you be performing any of Nothing tonight, or will you on tour?
No, I don't have it. I would have to have my guitarist here, and he's not here. And I kind of wanted to not shortchange anyone. I want to do a complete great performance of either band instead of having them on the same show, unless it's like a festival where I'm on at 3 in the afternoon and Mushroomhead's on at 10 or something like that, so I have space to refresh or whatever.
Sweet. So, like, what is on the set list for the evening whenever you're here?
What's that?
What's on the set list for the evening?
Come on, 1200. Sun Doesn't Rise, Save Us, Solitaire Unraveling, lots of S's. Kill Tomorrow, and then probably Erase the Doubt. Maybe Becoming Cold, and then Burn the Bridge. empty spaces and Born in Desire.
That's a long set list. That's awesome. So, what is your favorite song that you're going to perform?
I like Burn a Bridge a lot. I mean, just got a lot of intensity. And it goes up higher and lower, and kind of got a excuse me. It's kind of got like a Matrix vibe to some of my singing, which I've always been kind of more of the mellower, cleaner vocals than Mushroomhead, and that's more like the little J-Man style and stuff.
Right. So, what's the song you least like to perform?
We do it every Halloween. It's when we wore the pumpkins. It was just an easier song to do with a big jack-o'-lantern on your head.
Right.
So it's called Fear Held Dear. It's just kind of repetitive, and I'm happy when it's over. Kind of.
That's your
I like
favorite
pretty
one,
much
huh?
everything else.
Right. So here's a funny question for you. If you had to kill a puppy to get your current job, would you do it?
Trying to think of what dog I could live without.
It doesn't have to be your puppy.
No, I have a cat, and Mia has 2 snakes, and I have a tarantula. I had one dog, and I picked it up from the breeder and was driving home, and it puked in my lap, and I'm looking down, and I run a red light. The cop was not sympathetic, and then I took it home, and I had to leave for work, and it was whining so much. I came home from work the next day. I woke up, took it back to the breeder. I'm like, I don't even need my money. I just take it.
Oh, poor dog.
I mean, cats, you get in the litter box, get them food and water bowl.
They take care of themselves.
Dogs, it's like having another kid.
Right. Totally is. So you think you could kill one?
What's that?
You think you could kill one to get your job?
I guess.
Yeah, if you had to?
Yeah.
It makes secret
Some
agents
countries
do
would
that.
be happy, and they'd be like, can we eat that?
Right. So, here's some more fun ones. How do you feel about gun control?
I think everyone should be able to protect themselves. I don't think so much that criminals should have armor-piercing rounds or anything. I don't want it to be like the Old West. I just don't want them to be taken away.
Right.
I mean,
So-
'cause something could come down one day, and is the army going to be able to protect everyone?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's your firearm of choice? Do you have one?
Well, I had a M11 machine pistol, but I gave it to Skinny for his last birthday.
Nice.
I don't know, 9s are kind of cool.
Yeah, we're big weapons collectors. Oh, I have another fun one here somewhere. Oh, if you had to make and to cover one pop song, what would it be?
I don't know how pop it is. I've been really feeling Moon Age Daydream by Bowie lately. I'm thinking
Nice.
about doing the next Nothing record. And Itchy Coo Park by The Faces is really good.
Nice.
That's still an older song too. I don't know. I'm really also thinking about Billy Idol, Rebel Yell.
Nice.
One of those is gonna happen soon.
That'd be good. So, who's your favorite all-time musician or group?
I really like A Perfect Circle. I'm somewhat of a Tool fan, but I like A Perfect Circle better. I think Judith is amazing, and The News. I don't know if it's all-time favorite.
It's up there though, huh?
A lot of Yes was really cool. It depends really what the mood is.
Right on. So, let's see here. We talked about what other projects you've been involved with. Is it difficult for you to balance your personal life and career? Do you have a lot of time for home?
Just really the Mia part. I didn't really have a girlfriend until February 11th. It'll be a year. So there wasn't really a whole lot of personal life going on. I mean, I missed hanging out with my mom or sister. But
Right. It's kind of a family guy, huh?
yeah, a little bit.
So, what are your dreams or your goals for the future?
I would like to not work for a living forever and just keep doing these things that aren't really a job to me. I mean, there's moments that are like a job, but I love having the crowd sing my words back louder than me. And just always survive doing art, I guess.
All right, here's one more fun one before we wrap this up.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite metal album?
Favorite metal album? I guess I would say Judas Priest's Wings of Destiny, because as often as I get the chance, I try to sing that. If if there's a live band doing karaoke, and then it's nice if somebody in the band can do harmonies. I think one time it sounded just like the record. We used to do the breakdown part of the "When She Was Beautiful," that part before like Xerox, or the way we do When Doves Cry sometimes too. We just pick like a little section of some other song.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, it is really good. And then there's some current stuff I like a lot, but that's like probably the standout.
Right on. So, do you have a website where we can find out more about Nothing?
Yeah, there's it's mostly Facebook right now because JeffreyNothing.com is just a thing that the record's been released. But Jeffrey Nothing at Facebook, and then you can go to the Suburban Noise website and there's stuff in there too.
Right. And how much control do you have over your Facebook and website? Are you answering fans, or is it something?
Yeah, I mean, I do I have one also, just Jeff Hatrix, my actual name, and I answer everything on that. But Jeffrey Nothing was made by the label, and there's also the new Psychodalia profile too.
So someone runs
they
those
keep
for
up
you?
pretty well.
Awesome.
But yeah, I just wanted to say I'm really happy I chose Suburban Noise because I had like 4 options, and so far definitely so good.
Yeah, you're happy with them?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So anything else you want to let us know?
Hope you enjoyed the show tonight, and thank you for the cookies.
You're welcome. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Shut up!